Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, a busy week for emergency responders in the city of Sarasota. Sarasota police responding to 17 overdose calls in the last week, 4 of which were fatal. And after a record-breaking 2016, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office responding to 276 overdoses since the start of the year, 36 of those ending fatally. Local organizations want men and women battling addiction to know that help is available. ABC 7's Erica Jackson spoke to a few of them about their unique approach to treatment.
The Suncoast is home to more than a dozen addiction recovery centers, but 2 local organizations tell us that help can be found spiritually.
They need help. They need long-term help.
Denise Gattuso is shocked by the powerful drug epidemic rocking the Suncoast. She believes some men and women struggle in rehab programs because they've left children behind.
But they don't really focus on getting well. They focus on what can I do just to get my children back and get out of this place.
And he realized they were eating better than he was.
Prodigal Daughters on DeSoto Road is a Christ-centered rehabilitation program helping women recover with their children by their side. Amber Gordon entered the program just 1 week before having her son Grayson.
It's really a blessing. I'm very grateful that I do have the opportunity to heal and recover and have my child with me.
Prodigal Daughters can treat up to 3 women at one time. The women say they've become a small family as they develop a relationship with a higher power.
I can be sober all day long, but it's my behaviors and my thoughts that I need to change in order for my recovery to be successful.
If we used to didn't be a mess and we now are a mess, we have to be able to believe that we can be restored.
After 18 months of treatment, graduates can receive more help from the Salvation Army. Captain Andy Bailey says recovery takes time for both patients in their in-house program and those taking an extra step after completing other programs.
The majority of people don't get well overnight. It is a process. So when they come through the door, they are handed everything in progression of what they need in order to get better.
Gordon says it's taking time, but she is turning her mess into a positive message.
I really would like to become a Christian substance abuse addiction counselor. You know, I want to help these women. I want to offer the same healing as what I received.
And while Prodigal Daughters only accepts women, the Salvation Army can help both men and women in need. Reporting in Sarasota, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Erica. Those in South Sarasota County trying to reach the sheriff's office had to go through the North County offices today. SCSO says a fiber optics cable at their annex office in Venice was cut, causing the office to lose all telephone and internet services. Repairs were expected to take most of the day. The phone lines appear to be back up and running. Strong storms that hit the southeast earlier this week are still creating travel troubles at several airports, including Sarasota Bradenton International. Delta Airlines canceled nearly 300 flights today, and more could be coming. Several Delta flights to and from Atlanta and New York were delayed at SRQ today with 1 cancellation. A similar situation up at Tampa International with canceled flights to and from New York and 1 from Detroit. Also about 24 delayed flights up there as well. The airline says it is still getting planes and crews back in position for flights. Travelers whose flights are canceled can get a refund, and Delta is also offering to waive change fees for those who rebook their planes. New tonight, a boil water advisory is in effect on the island of Venice after a water main break this afternoon. It happened at the Venice train depot around 4 o'clock. Any water used for drinking or cooking should be boiled for the next 3 days or until that advisory is lifted. Those living in the area can also expect to see low water pressure for the next several hours due to repairs. Right now, there is no access to the SCAT bus station, the restrooms at the train depot, or a nearby boat ramp. Also new tonight, commercial fishermen are helping clean up the water in Sarasota Bay. They spent the morning taking volunteers out off the coast of the Cortez Fishing Village to pick up trash in our local waterways. The cleanup was organized by the group Fishing for Freedom. They were all treated to lunch at the Cortez Kitchen, and last year during this event, the group picked up 4,000 pounds of trash. Now let's head over to Wendy Ross to see just what that weather was looking like for those given their time today. Wendy.
Oh my God, it was just so beautiful today. It was one of those crystal clear days and we saw no clouds whatsoever. And as you can see, that is still holding true at this hour. High pressure is sitting on top of us right now across the southeastern part of the country. And that is what is dominating our forecast at this point. That high pressure system is going to start to bring in winds out of the east, and we are going to begin to warm up over the next couple of days. Right now it's 61 degrees for us. Dew point humidity levels are quite low right now, and those winds have really calmed down. They're coming in out of the north at around 6 miles per hour. And all around our region, we're looking at temperatures mostly in the 60s. But we have one holdout in Mayaca City, 58 degrees, but everyone is reporting clear skies, and we'll let you know what we can expect for tomorrow's forecast. That's coming up in just a minute. Adam?
Thank you, Wendy. More developments out of Syria, where new airstrikes have hit the same town where dozens of civilians were killed earlier this week. Meanwhile, the airbase hit during a U.S. missile strike Friday is now back up and running. Andrew Spencer has the latest.
In the aftermath of the U.S. missile strike, Russia and Syria are making it clear the Syrian airbase is back in operation. But military experts say the strike was not meant to take the base out completely.
We were trying to send a message and take out some of the airplanes we believe were involved, but knowing full well we were not going to be able to shut down operations at this airbase. I mean, it wasn't just a few hours after the strike. The Syrian television was already showing aircraft taking off from that base.
Indeed, a reporter for Russian state-run media posted this video showing a jet taxiing purportedly at that airbase with the caption, "Return to work at Shirat." Syrian state-run media also released video of military officials touring the base. Meanwhile, well north of the base, activists say the same town that was targeted by a chemical attack on Tuesday started getting hit by a series of airstrikes less than 24 hours after the U.S. operation, though it's not clear who conducted the most recent strikes. While the Russian government continues to deny the Syrian regime had any involvement in Tuesday's chemical strike, Senator Rand Paul, who has been critical of the president's decision, says U.S. officials are convinced.
I can't go into the details of anything from the intelligence briefing, but what I can say is that our government, our intelligence communities, our military is convinced that the Syrian government was involved with the chemical attack.
Otherwise mostly quiet this weekend, President Donald Trump tweeted his congratulations to the military on the strike in Syria. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
Here on the Suncoast, a group of activists hitting the streets today to show support for diversity. They gathered at the Unconditional Surrender statue for what they called an open arms silent walk across the Ringling Bridge. The word arms standing for acceptance, refuge, mercy, and solidarity. Organizers say it's an opportunity to show support for refugees and immigrants and to stand up for basic human rights regardless of race, religion, or nationality.
Anything that draws attention to the cause in a positive way, and which I think this will, is good.
The group's goal was to walk across the Ringling Bridge in complete silence to show peace and let their diversity speak louder than their words. Plenty of poker faces tonight at Michael's on East for the 6th annual Red Hot Casino Night. Gamblers cashing in, but they weren't just taking their money to the bank, they were helping the Suncoast Blood Bank as well. Proceeds from the event will help the blood bank raise money for a new bloodmobile to encourage more people to donate.
A bloodmobile is essential because we're all so busy. People can't take the time to drive to one of our brick and mortar facilities, but if we can drive to your business, to your event, to your neighborhood, then you're much more likely to get on that bus and donate blood, because it really only takes 20 minutes unless you have to take 30 minutes to drive to us.
The blood bank has already raised a third of the $300,000 needed for the new vehicle. They hope to raise $90,000 tonight and have the rest covered by foundation grants. Runners and walkers hitting the streets of Lakewood Ranch this morning to help raise money for another good cause. The JDRF One Walk is a fundraiser to help find a cure for type 1 diabetes. Dozens of teams took part in the 5K run on Main Street this morning, some battling the disease, others participating for family.
The end stage of diabetes is not forgiving, and I've been there with my dad, and it's not pretty. So to help negate that for the future generations will help. They're funding the research will help these children live longer.
Participants raised over $220,000, surpassing their goal of $216,000. The Newtown community celebrating their rich history today with some help from volunteers and visitors. The Newtown Redevelopment Office hosting Taste of Newtown. The event featuring trolley tours stopping at all the historic markers and churches in the community with tour guides on hand to give background information along the way.
It's important for me to share my community with everyone else who wants to know about our history, and it's very rich, and we have a lot of prominent people that have helped pave the way for people like me to come up and do great things in the world. So we're just showing where it all got started and the impact that it's had on my life and others' lives around the community.
In addition to those tours, there was also a kids zone, food, games, and live entertainment. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, a fight with his employer leads to a man's death in Miami-Dade County. We'll take a look at what happened. Plus, why a father is facing charges following a car crash when he wasn't even behind the wheel. Those stories and more coming up after the break.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend.
Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
Join us this Saturday night at 7 o'clock and 11:30 for the House to Home Show, featuring some of the finest homes for sale right here on the Sun Coast. Whatever your taste, you're certain to find properties that satisfy your particular buying preferences. Presented by SWC Properties right here on ABC 7.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and switch now. For a limited time, get your first month of service free. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner. After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
One person is dead and 2 others are injured after a shooting at a mall in Miami-Dade County today. The Coral Gables Police Department says a former employee at the Equinox Fitness Club shot at the gym manager and a trainer before killing himself. Police say it was a targeted attack that came following a dispute. Witnesses reported hearing gunshots at the gym around 1 o'clock this afternoon.
All I told is my whole staff, everybody, close up the doors. Something's going on. I see babies running. I see everybody running from that direction.
The 2 victims were flown to Jackson Memorial Hospital's trauma center where they are in critical condition. In Lee County, a father is under arrest facing charges after his 13-year-old son took the family car for for a joyride and crashed it with a 2-year-old inside. The Florida Highway Patrol says 31-year-old Martin Martinez Jr. let his son drive the car unsupervised. The state troopers say the boy was driving fast when he went through a stop sign and missed a turn, causing the car to roll over several times. It landed upside down in a canal. The 2 children were able to get out of the car. Martinez has been charged with child neglect. And take a look at this. 5 children are in the hospital after 2 bounce houses they were playing in went airborne, crashing into power lines above head. The bounce houses were picked up by a gust of wind and were taken 20 to 30 feet in the air. The children all taken to the hospital after the bounce house fell to the ground. Investigators are now trying to figure out why those bounce houses were not secured better to the ground. Yikes.
We've had a couple of those stories
Yeah,
recently,
those things
too.
really take off when the wind picks up enough.
And we've had, that, speaking of wind, we're just making a transition here to our weather. We have had a lot of strong winds.
We have, you're right.
And that's all coming to an end. So things are starting to die down as far as the wind is concerned. We are going to have another beautiful day.
Nice.
Tomorrow.
Sorry, sailors.
Oh my gosh, it was a gorgeous. I mean, it was so pretty today. It was just pretty today, and we had that clear, crisp feeling in the air. Temperatures managed to get up into the 70s and 80s for some locations, and it was warmer today than it has been in a couple of days. And we're going to continue with that warming trend as well. So you can see temperature readings around the state in the 70s mostly, and a couple places did report temperatures up in the 80s down to the south of us. But these were the temperatures we saw today. So this is getting a little closer to normal. And believe it or not, normal now for us this time of the year is 80 degrees and 60 for an overnight low. So last night we got down to about 50. We're going to get down to about 55 tonight. 77 was our daytime high. And overnight lows tonight, as you can see, will be in that 55 to 56 degree reading. That's what we're going to be seeing for the overnight time period. It's going to be very quiet tonight as far as any humidity is concerned. The winds are going to die down. It's just going to be a very nice night. And as you know, we've had no rain. There wasn't even a cloud in the sky today. And you can see that so far for the year, we've only had just about 3 1/4 of an inch of rain. And we are in a deficit situation. So we need to get a whole lot more rain, and we are not going to see it. We have very low dew points. This is what's going to be taking place around the state for tomorrow. And you can see what it's like right here in our area. We're looking at 20s, 30s, and 40 degrees for dew points, and that means that we're just not going to get any rainfall. So satellite radar showing nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing going on. We don't even have a cloud in the sky right now. It's really a beautiful night to be out. And the reason for it is that we've got high pressure that's sitting here across the southeastern part of the country, and that's bringing us fair weather all across the southeast and the state of Florida. And so we're going to continue to see this dominating our forecast for the next several days. So that means very dry conditions, very nice conditions for us along the west coast. We may see a few showers along the east coast trying to make their way over to the west coast, but we're not expecting to see the rains here across the western central sections of Florida. So that means we're going to stay quiet. That high pressure system will prevail. We've got those easterly winds coming in, and as a result of that, we are going to be seeing warmer temperatures for us. So this is what it looks like over the next several days. You can expect to see lots and lots of sunshine in the forecast all the way through Wednesday. Then we're mostly sunny Thursday through the following weekend, and those temperatures just get warmer and warmer. Adam?
Thank you, Wendy. It's a top 5 shuffle after round 3 of the Masters. That and more coming up in sports.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend.
Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
Sarasota Magazine and PNC Wealth Management present the Best of Sarasota Soiree at Selby Gardens on April 24th.
It's an evening to sip, savor, and celebrate Sarasota Manatee's Best of Winners.
This year will be full of Warhol-inspired surprises, entertainment, and a tribute to those representing the best in our community.
Come join ABC7 for all the fun.
Get your tickets today at SarasotaMagazine.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
So many times we underestimate the human spirit's drive to recover. We often see people surpass what any of us might have expected initially. The Rehabilitation Pavilion at Sarasota Memorial is the top of the line. It allows us to really bring the patient's recovery to the next level.
Now, sports.
The Rays with a chance to take a lead in their series with the Blue Jays tonight. Kevin Kiermaier accepting his Gold Glove from the 2016 season before the game. Chris Archer, marvelous for the Rays, just 1 run through 7 innings, but in the 8th, Josh Donaldson singles home a run, and Toronto takes the lead 2-1. In the bottom half, Steven Souza coming up for the Rays and evens things up with 2 outs, drives home Evan Longoria with a liner up the middle. Nothing doing for a couple of innings here until the Rays able to load up the bases in the 11th inning, and with 2 outs, Brad Miller drawing the walk-off walk. Rays win it 3-2. They play Toronto again tomorrow. And before the Rays took the field, Major League Baseball's Alumni Association hosting a clinic for young ball players at the Trop. A handful of former big leaguers, including Rays broadcaster Orestes Destrada, and former Rays reliever Grant Balfour spent a few hours teaching fundamentals to kids ages 6 to 16. Destrada says he had similar opportunities to work with pros growing up in Miami. The clinic was part of the MLB's Legends for Youth program, which runs over 200 events per year nationwide, promoting baseball to America's youth. There will be no postseason for Tampa Bay hockey this year. The Toronto Maple Leafs clinching the last wild card spot with a win against Pittsburgh tonight, putting them out of the Lightning's reach with only 1 game to go. The Lightning will play their last game at home tomorrow against the Buffalo Sabres. Round 3 of the Masters in Augusta, and a former champ is charging for the lead. Jordan Spieth now tied for 4th after starting the day at even par. Spieth had 5 birdies, his only blemish a bogey on hole number 16. He is now tied with Charlie Hoffman, who led the first 2 rounds. And Ricky Fowler is sitting in 3rd, finishing 1 under par in his round today. Sergio Garcia jumped to the top of the leaderboard along with Englishman Justin Rose, who led the field with a 5 under round 3.
I've kind of known that I've been playing well, I've been thinking well, making good decisions, and then today I began to feel very comfortable on the greens.
Rose and Garcia will be paired together for the final round tomorrow. They will tee off around 2:45 p.m. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Sarasota Magazine and PNC Wealth Management present the Best of Sarasota Soiree at Selby Gardens on April 24th.
It's an evening to sip, savor, and celebrate Sarasota Manatee's best of winners.
This year will be full of Warhol-inspired surprises, entertainment, and a tribute to those representing the best in our community.
Come join ABC7 for all the fun.
Get your tickets today at sarasotamagazine.com.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend.
Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed.
I am a valuable employee.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I will be whatever I want to be.
Youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular received a J.D. Power Award for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and switch now. For a limited time, get your first month of service free. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Fort Florida Home.
By Florida workers.
Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window, we manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
It's prom season and teens are coming up with all sorts of creative ways to secure a date, but this one is taking off, literally. The sky was the limit for senior Ty Meyer's idea to ask out his date. He decided on a promposal from 12,000 feet up in the air. Instead of a jumpsuit for this skydive, as you can see, he went all out wearing a suit and tie. He held up a sign reading, "I'm falling for you, prom?" ? And then she said no. I'm just kidding. She said yes. I'm kidding.
Golly,
She
that
said
would be
yes.
terrible. Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, he got to the ground and it was all for nothing.
Oh, that's good.
No, it was good.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Worked out.
She did say yes.
Yes.
I saw.
For the record,
I
she said
did
yes.
see that she said yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I did see
It
that.
was on the script. It's called ad-libbing out there.